Hi, I'm Dobby, but you can call me Dabz.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
So today I'll be sharing with you guys my TBR for this summer. Um, this summer I'm planning on reading. There's a lot of different types of books I want to read, but a majority of them are kind of like light, summery, like romance feeling books. So I'm really excited to share them with you. I have two of them that I bought recently here. So, so the first book is Beach Read by Emily Henry. So this book, I've seen the author Emily Henry around a lot on like social media and like book talk and like bookstagram and just stuff like that. And I have a couple friends who have enjoyed this book or enjoy the author in general, so I decided to pick it up. Also because the cover is really cute. I like it. It's beach read for maybe it's a beach read. Emily Henry tends to write a lot of books about like authors or like book lovers, which I think is interesting. But this book is about romance novelist January Andrews and literary fiction author Augustus Everett. And they're polar opposites, especially in their writing styles. And for the next 3 months, they are living in beach houses near each other, struggling with writer's block. They somehow agree to a deal to kind of write books in each other's styles. So Augustus will write something like happy and light for the summer, while January will write something a little deeper. And they will spend time kind of like teaching each other more about writing in their own way. And it's also a romance. So you can kind of guess how that's gonna go. So I'm really excited to read this book. So the second book is called Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. And this is another book that I actually just saw this at Barnes& and Noble and I decided to pick it up. But I've seen this book around a lot and I've always wanted to read it, and the cover is also really cute. And there's two other books that she's written. I don't know if they're a series or anything, but Love and Luck and Love and Olives. But this book specifically is about Lena. She spends her summer in Tuscany, Italy, in order to fulfill her mother's last wish of like getting to know her father, who kind of like hasn't been around for like 16 years. And at first, she really doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to fulfill this wish. But when she's given a journal that her mother kept in Italy, she discovers hidden gems in food and art and romance. And she discovers a secret about her family and even herself. And she may even discover love of her own. So I'm very excited. So the third book is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and Jenny Han is the author of the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, which I really liked. And The Summer I Turned Pretty, I actually watched the first season of the show that came out this last year, I think. And I really loved it, actually. I thought it was really cool. The actors are like, I like all the actors and just, I love the show. And the second season is actually coming out soon. I think it's in July. But in the book, it's about this girl named Belly, and Belly loves the summer. Every summer, she and her family visit the beach house, and more importantly, they visit her family friends, Jeremiah and Conrad, who have been kind of her brother figures and also have been kind of like she's had crushes on them, just kind of like in general, they're her family friends. But one summer, everything changes. It changes Belly and the bonds that she will have with Jeremiah and Conrad forever. The summer she turned pretty. And the like biggest reason I think, aside from like the fact that I just like Jenny Han's writing, I think another reason that I want to read this book so much is because I really enjoyed the first season of the show. So we'll see how that goes. So the fourth book is actually a classic. I wanted to read more classics this year in general, but a lot of the classics that I want to read are like, I don't know how to explain it, but they have this like winter vibe. Like I feel like they're more winter books, so I'm saving them for like the autumn and the winter. But this one specifically I feel like is like in general like all year, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And this classic is about the wealthy J. Gatsby and his love for the beautiful Daisy Buchanan. It's a novel of America in the 1920s, and it's about parties and drinks and love. And it's a short read, so hopefully I'll get around to reading it in the summer. So the next book is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and even the title kind of seems like beachy, Malibu. But Taylor Jenkins Reid is also the author of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six, both of which I thought were like amazing books. I loved both of them. But this book is set in Malibu in 1983. And this is the story of legendary singer Mick Riva's four children, Nina, Jay, Hud, and Kit. And Mick Riva is actually one of the characters he is one of the seven husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So it's like in the same universe, but the stories I don't think are connected in any way. But basically his children are fabulously famous themselves. They all kind of have like different like reasons for being famous. I think one of them's a surfer, one of them's a photographer, etc. And everyone wants to be around them. And this book is set in 24 hours. It's a 24-hour timeline in the book. And it's about Nina's annual end of summer party. Everyone's excited, except for maybe Nina herself, who never really wanted the attention, and Hud, who plans to confess something to his brother that he kind of has been keeping secret for too long. And while the party starts well, family secrets begin kind of being uncovered, being brought to the surface, and chaos is ensured by midnight. So I actually didn't really want to read this book in the beginning because I was looking at like Taylor Jenkins Reid books after I really enjoyed Seven Husbands. And I was like, this one doesn't seem that interesting just from the cover, but I read the like blurb or the synopsis of it, I guess, and it actually does sound really interesting. I like the 24-hour aspect to it, so hopefully I like it. So the last book is called Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World by Benjamin Alire Sáenz. And this is the sequel to a book that I read recently called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And the first book is actually a book that I've seen a lot, again, like on social media. But this description of what the book is will have spoilers. Like, I'm going to describe the sequel, but it's going to have spoilers to the first book. So skip. Or, I mean, this is the last book, but just skip if you don't want to see that. Yeah. So by the end of the first novel, Aristotle and Dante had fallen in love. And in this book, they discover what it means to stay in love and build their relationship. And Aristotle, an invisible boy who did anything but stand out, kind of opens up to the world when he meets Dante, and he discovers what it means to truly be himself. And in this book, it's kind of the continuation of their story. And I mean, I guess the biggest reason I want to read this book is just because I love the first book. I thought it was really good. I thought the kind of building to it and the like development of the characters and their relationships, not even with each other, but with other like secondary characters and their family, I thought was like really great. So that would be the end of my summer TBR. Those were 6 books that I'm personally just looking forward to reading this summer. Let me know if you guys have any books that you recommend to me this summer, or like any books that are on your TBR for this summer. I am just really excited to read kind of more like light, like cute romances for the summer. But yeah, that would be the end of my TBR. If you like this video, then like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and happy reading.